Linh-chan and Dimi-chan craft art. Hello and welcome back, Chan-chans.
Welcome back.
So today we're doing something different, right?
Yeah, it's a very short video today.
So this was inspired by last week's Edina video.
Yeah, so in last week's video, I made an Edina figure and she is holding a bowl of ramen. So this week I decided to record me making the ramen and in more details.
And this one is a little bigger than the one you made for her, right?
Yeah. So, same technique, starting off with the strips of paper and coiling them up. And yeah.
So it's almost like you made a half a head this time.
Yeah, half a head. And I used that blue tray earlier to make a dome. And then now I'm gluing on a smaller piece of circle to make like a base. And you can see it already forms a bowl shape.
And then you use glue to keep that rigid, right?
Yeah. And then here I am making the fish cake, the Naruto, that goes in the ramen bowl. Again, the thing is not all ramens have fish cake though. So here I'm just using strips of paper and stacking them and then rolling them up to get that. The color pattern, it's white and pink, white and pink.
So you're stacking them to make the layer thicker, right?
To make the layer thicker, yeah.
And then you're tightening and
then so you can see the spiral of the Naruto. Yeah.
So those are called Uzumaki Naruto, Uzumaki meaning spiral, which is also the name of the main character of the infamous series.
So here I use that pink thing, the crinkler. It crinkles the paper and sort of like make it wavy. And then you can see the wave on the outside. So that's what I did to give it sort of like a dimension.
And then here you're making an egg?
Making the egg, yeah.
So this is the ramen egg.
The ramen egg.
Which is like a soft boiled egg, right?
Pretty much. So it's just orange paper and yeah. So sorry about it being a little bit blurry. It's kind of hard.
Yeah. You're kind of working from the side and the camera's looking from above, so
yeah.
It's definitely a different perspective. And then here, I'm guessing you were making the mushroom, but I'm not
No,
certain.
I'm making the meat, the pork belly that goes with the marinated meat.
The braised pork belly.
Yeah.
So it's formed of two halves, right? That's why I made two.
Well, I mean, it's up to how you interpret it, really. Because it's hard to make meat. And
those are the layers of
yeah, so I just use random color paper that are similar to like the shade of brown. And I kind of just roll them up and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then this is the nori, the seaweed. And here I'm using that thingy, I don't know what it's called.
A pin?
A pin? No, I don't know, whatever. I'm what is that called? What I did with the paper?
You twirled it into a spiral.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you're using the acrylic resin that you used last time with Edina.
Yeah, so if you didn't watch our previous video, this is pretty much a clear plastic resin, and it comes in two different separate bottles. One is like the resin, the other one's the hardener. So it's like a liquid. And then you just mix the two, and then you let it sit, and then it eventually hardens up. So I use that to make it show that there's broth in the noodle. And those are just thin strips of paper, and I just crinkle them up with my hand. So
it already looks pretty good.
The problem with this one was that the resin was still very soft and liquidy, so everything started to sink down into it. And then the paper started to absorb the wetness and the glue, so I had to like separate out and dry a little bit and add more stuff to raise it up. But I'm sure you get the idea though.
And then those green spirals that you made, those are gonna turn into
so
the
I'm
negi, right?
I'm thin like
Spring onions.
Spring onions, cutting them into little tiny little pieces, and then just laying them on top and gluing them onto each other. It's very simple. This one's very basic, but I wanted to experiment with like not just making figures, but you know.
And there's your head.
Oh, that was my head. Well, there goes the ramen bowl.
Hope you enjoyed. If you like this sort of thing, you can follow Lynn on Instagram too, right?
Yeah, on my
What's your
Instagram,
Instagram?
it's called Lynn's Quilling, and Lynn is Linh. So Lynn's Quilling, and I normally post stuff on there that I sometimes don't have a video for yet on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So
check it out.
check it out. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next week.